My name is Lou Brian Ballesteros from Philippines. Then I transferred to San Francisco, California. My life before boot camp, it's been tough. Um, I graduated college, then waiting for job, and yeah. Um, I came here last year, and I don't have a job like previous experiences. I graded IT, information technology, but unfortunately, because I don't have a citizenship, I don't have any job. And then, the Navy opportunity just like it came out of nowhere. I was like praying to have a job, but I don't like Navy because the physical and all of the stuff. I didn't even think about getting into the Navy. I was looking for a job like office jobs, freelancing, website development. But unfortunately, it didn't work. Then I came to realize that if I want something new or something that will help me throughout my entire career, the Navy is the place. I was looking for purpose, and God gave this to me, the Navy.
I'm Benjamin Lieberman from Houston, Texas, and I was in high school and I worked at a martial arts studio. And I did a lot of personal training. I decided to join the Navy for the career opportunity, the ability to serve my country, and to be able to provide for a family.
My name is Airman Apprentice Saavedra, Christopher Saavedra, government name. I'm from New Jersey. Represent. What life was before the Navy? A lot of work. Just working, trying to make money, keeping busy. I don't want to say it was dull, but it got to a routine where I was kind of tired of already. I love work, but I had to spice things up a little, Ooh. Can't say it was one thing exactly, I can't say it was one thing exactly that made me join. It was an accumulation of multiple things, It was a relationship got wrong, multiple relationships got wrong, I should say. I felt like I got too comfortable with my life, I felt like I got too, not lazy, but I got to a point where it was just too predictable. Every day was exactly the same kind of stuff. The Navy was always the back of my mind, and I had a chance to pull the trigger, and bang, bang, here I am.
My name is Lola. I'm from Houston, Texas. My life before the Navy was amazing. I loved my life. I did everything I wanted with no limitations. Yeah, I was a free bird. Now I'm caged bird. I decided to join the Navy because I'm a patriot. I love my country. What else? College, I want to go to school. I want to study aviation sciences and aviation physics. And money. need the bread by any means necessary.
My name is Alexia Dyer. I'm from Jamaica, born and raised in Jamaica. I moved to New York. I joined the Navy. I don't know. I joined the Navy because of the benefits, and I needed the citizenship. I felt like it was the fastest way to get my life on track, find a way to be more on time, be more not civilized. I wouldn't say civilized, but I would say more put together in a way where it's let me see, it's more structure. I have more structure. But after joining the Navy, I realized that it kind of just added on to what I already had. My life outside the Navy, before the Navy, it wasn't bad, it wasn't hard. I've been working since I was 16. It's not really much to it, per se. It's more the determination and hard work that you put out. And you can't really expect much back if you don't put nothing in, for real. So, for me, this was a big milestone. Because being in boot camp kind of showed me it's people that want to do it, people that want to change for a reason, for a purpose, and know what they're getting into. But then there's also people that don't know what they're getting into. So you just gotta know what you're doing, for real.
My name is Janet Draghi, and before the Navy, I worked at a Little Caesars, a deli, and a pony company, and in a small little town called Valley Center in California.
I'm Harold Maldonado. I just worked at a Publix. It's like a little grocery store in Southeast Florida. That was my thing.
My name is Troy Davidson. I'm from Kankakee, Illinois. My life before the Navy was chaotic. I was tired of struggling at dead-end jobs, working paycheck to paycheck, not being able to provide for my siblings, who I take care of or who I intend to take care of. I'm not able to provide for them how I want to, as their older sibling, as the oldest, looking up to them. So I knew I had to do something new with my life. I had to create a path, and it's always been in me to be a leader and to create the path, to lead the way. I overcome a lot of challenges, making me spiritually inclined at an early age. So I realized I had to do something greater, and my time was running out. I wasted 2 years in a relationship. Well, I wouldn't say I wasted it, because it elevated me mentally a lot. So everything happens for a reason. It got me to where I needed to be mentally, to mentally prepare me for the Navy. I was supposed to join the Navy at 18, fresh out of high school, but I feel like I wasn't ready. I feel like I wanted to try out different careers as far as entrepreneurship, because I'm a barber. I've been cutting hair since I was 14. I started cutting my own hair. And then later down the line, got clients. Then I also do tattoos as well on the side. So I also started a clothing brand named Personal Growth Clothing to basically enhance the mindset of the society as much as possible. So I have a lot of talents that I wanted to try to blow up before I decided to come to the Navy, and they just weren't working. So I seen that the Navy was a good foundation for me to start to really enhance all of my skills and really put them in a play to get where I wanted to be as an entrepreneur later down the line.
They were surprised when I said the United States Navy. They still were wondering why I didn't join the Army or Marine Corps, but the Navy's treating me just fine right now, so.
What influenced my decision to join the Navy was just where I was before. I was like, oh, I don't know what to do, so might as well just go to boot camp, have a nice someone doing my laundry, place to shower every day, easy, free, don't have to pay nothing, actually getting paid for all of it, so I thought that was fun.
For me, I just had nothing else going on, like no college, no real job opportunity. Like, I was just like, good idea, I'm gonna do it, and I did it, so.
My family and friends, they thought like, oh, it'd be good for me, like go do something. I was the first one to join the military, so it was like, I think they were a little scared because like a girl in the military, but like it's more normalized now, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, my pretty much everyone I know supported it, and like they encouraged it. Besides my mom, she hated it. My mom hates the idea. Hates the idea of a military.
They were happy for me. A lot of them kind of thought it was kind of unexpected. I was kind of a party girl, and like I said, I did whatever I wanted with no authority over me to tell me anything. So they kind of thought it would be an interesting transition into military life where there's extreme structure and a lot of authority. But they were happy for me and they were supportive. I thought it was going to be extremely stressful and mentally demanding and physically demanding and emotionally taxing.
The first reaction, they didn't expect me to join boot camp because I was like physically unhealthy or physically not fit to join boot camp. I can't even do push-ups. I can't even do like 15 or 10 push-ups. And my family keeps on pushing me, not pushing me like, you must join boot camp, you must join boot camp now. It's like a matter of choice if you want to do boot camp. But they didn't expect me to really join the Navy because I was not, my mind was not into that. And then my first brother joined the Navy and then he graduated. My second brother joined the Navy as well. But the funny thing is that he joined first, then he was like waiting for, I think he was waiting for getting shipped out on December 16. The funny thing is that I joined after him, but I was shipped out December 11. So they were like, what happened? Why did you join the Navy like before your brother instead of waiting for him, December 16?
My father, he was excited. He was happy because he wanted me to be better than him within life. He had a hard life, so he just always wanted me to. He just always wanted me to be better than him. So he was very excited. Excuse me. My mother had passed when I was 17, but I knew she would have been proud. My grandmother, who I was living with at the time before I joined the Navy, she was excited. Everybody was just proud for the most part.
The moment I stepped off the bus was anxiety-driven, nervousness. There was a lot going through my mind. I contemplated my decision, you know, of like, what have I done? I left a comfortable life. But I was excited, ultimately. I was excited to see what would unfold, what would be, you know. Like I said, it wasn't just a new chapter, it was a whole new book of life that was starting. So it's a lot of different things going on, a lot of chemistry in my head. You know? The RDC started yelling at me. Oh man, honestly, it's kind of weird to say, but I kind of loved it. I knew that came with the package. And once they started yelling at me,
off the bus and get in the building. Move faster,
it was a given. It was a given that you will be treated in that way because you are a recruit. I knew I could take it. And really, it was humbling. It was very humbling, but you know, a bit of me really liked it. You know, degrading, but I'm fine with it.
It felt really surreal. It was kind of exciting though, walking into the Golden 13. You know, there's like that documentary about RTC that everybody watched before we shipped out. And I was kind of like, oh my God, I'm in that building from that video, you know, doing the thing that I had been, you know, hyping myself up for months. So like having to walk around the flags in the Golden 13 and stand in the line facing each other. I was like, oh my gosh, we're doing it. This is so exciting. They started yelling as soon as we got into the building, and it was a little bit jarring. I don't really get yelled at personally in my day-to-day life, in my civilian life. People talk to me very calmly and respectfully. So to kind of be thrown into this environment where I was the bottom of the food chain, so to speak, it was very new. And yeah, it was shocking a little bit. Definitely a system reset, I would say.
Man, boot camp was nothing like I thought it would have been, for real. I thought boot camp was gonna be some screaming. It was screaming and all, but like I knew they was gonna scream. I never let that faze me. I feel like the hardest part of boot camp is self-control. For me, that was my hardest part. Like being able to like stop yourself from doing things that you know, okay, I'm this type of way or I'm that type of person, and the moment I flip out, yeah, you just gotta have self-control. You gotta know how to talk to people, know how to deal with people. I mean, and the main thing is, don't have everybody in your business.
I'm not gonna lie, boot camp, I thought it was gonna be way more harsh. I was kind of disappointed that it wasn't so harsh, but you know, I was just prepared for anything. Prepping to go to boot camp, I decided to go a month before I shipped out. So the process, it was a long process for me. I got a lot of tattoos I did on myself, so it was a lot of tattoo waivers. I had about 55, 60 tattoo waivers I had to go through. So that took about a month, or a week to get cleared. And then I had a couple tattoos to where they wouldn't accept, so I had to cover it up right quick. And then I had long hair, I had locks, so it was I was getting kind of tired of them, but it was just a change to shave my head bald. I was just determined to be there, and they seen that, so they did. The recruiters did everything they can to make sure I got in.
Swimming. I've never been a swimmer. Well, look at me now. I'm here, right? I can swim, I think. I never tried after I passed the test, but we'll find out soon.
During when we were getting beat, like I knew getting beat was not gonna be good, but like when we were getting beat, when you were doing in the moment, it felt so bad. Like it really felt like all your arm strength, your leg strength was gone, and it felt like you couldn't do it. But then after you'd be like, I could have done a little better.
I really don't think I had a moment like that. Like since the beginning, like P days was really easy, just really boring. And then the swim, that was really easy. So like from there on, I just thought like, oh, is this how it's gonna be the whole time? But I don't think I really had a moment thinking like, oh, this is gonna be hard. I think the hardest thing was just staying awake the entire time.
Probably the first 2-3 days of P days when they were having us line up and they wouldn't let us sleep and we couldn't talk and we couldn't do anything else except for what they were telling us and only what they were telling us. How was that feeling? It was pretty anxiety-inducing, a little overwhelming, but once you did it more, you got used to it. Hardest day in boot camp. Honestly, the hardest day for me in boot camp was I don't know, battle stations was pretty difficult. Getting onto, going from doing that run all the way up to battle stations a few hours later. It wasn't physically challenging, but it was a mental battle for sure. And even like just being there to experience it was something else. Never thought I'd experience like that.
Oh, you don't even know. Like, this is going to be a long story, but I'm going to make it short. Out of nowhere, I became an RPOC, like on the first day of boot camp, like the legit boot camp, because I was on hold for like 1 week. I was like in the front of the P-way. My bunk bed is in the front of P-way, and then they're just like, "Oh, you're the RPOC right now." And 3 days passed. I'm doing my stuff, like I'm doing the best that I can as an RPOC. But I thought to myself, I can't do this. Because every time you make mistakes, they shouted at you. Like literally, they will shout at you. Why can't you do it correctly? You know what I mean? Then on the third day, I stepped down as an RPOC. But on the same day, I became a Star Watch. And that was the start of the hardest days of my life. Getting IT'd for like deck logs, mistakes on the deck logs. Your shipmates are like, they don't even want to learn. That was the first day, so I understand why, because it's very hard, so.
The hardest day in boot camp was when Chief Pfaff fired me in front of the entire division in a really public way. That was probably the hardest day. I kind of thought, I was really angry at the system, so to speak. You know, I was always taught, you know, if you work really hard, you'll get what you want. And hard work is always rewarded. That was my first experience seeing that in the military, that's really not true. Hard work is not always rewarded. Just because you work really hard at something, dedicate a lot of time and effort into it, doesn't guarantee really anything. So that was really hard for me to accept in that moment, that all of my hard work was just completely bulldozed over and sort of like forgotten about in one moment off the decision of one person. Yes, when we were doing swim, I kind of thought, I can't do this. Whenever we had to do the coveralls, I genuinely wanted to back out in that moment. I really wanted to tell the instructors, yeah, I can't fucking do this. I don't feel safe. I don't feel confident in my own skills to be able to like do this properly and get the desired outcome, which is passing. In that moment, I thought, this is gonna be like the big failure that sets me back.
When I failed that swim test the 5th time, yeah, I started. Listen, I passed on my 13th try. I did pass, y'all, so I ain't even gonna fret for real. You know what's crazy? What ship was we in? What ship were we in? Ship what? Exactly. So yeah, I guess that was just my lucky number. Yep. Again, self-control, because every day was a struggle. I'm a very straightforward person, and I like to speak like what's on my mind. I realize for other people, it's not the same, because some people cry about it, some people get upset about it, some people take it the wrong way. Yeah, and for somebody that just genuinely, I wouldn't say I don't care, but I always try to put myself in that position where like, I say I don't care so that, you know, you don't let things affect you, or you don't let anything get to you. But at the same time, it's like, you just gotta take a step back, for real. Know your place, know where you belong. Dyer said that.
The biggest mistake I've made during training. Ooh, just one, huh? What can I say? I mean, I kind of want to say I made no mistakes. You know, every move had intention, but That's a good question. That is a good question. So one of the biggest mistakes I think that I allowed myself to make was not being as vocal as I should have been. You know, I was MA of the Master at Arms of the division, but I could have played the role a little better, I suppose. I could have, you know, hunkered down and really set my mind to do it. It's an everyday thing for 2 months. So like, of course you just can't play that character of military police all the time. But a part of me wish I did focus a little more on playing the role, you know? So, yeah, that's one of the mistakes, for sure.
the biggest mistake I made in boot camp would have been like overall just trusting people. Like you got to be aware of who you let into your life, your personal life. Because as I said in the beginning, it's not everybody that you should let into your life, and like, you should keep shit to yourself. But at the end of the day, we all need people to speak to. But my main advice, like my biggest piece of advice to anybody would be test the waters before you go into it. Because there's actually people out there that that it's actually good people out there that you can trust and can talk to. You just got to give people a chance. You can secure yourself and guard yourself, but don't do too much.
The biggest mistake I made was getting caught. I got caught, which caused me to get asthma. But how I got asthma was I got asthma to push division, so I got asthma laterally basically, but they were still a week behind in training. So it didn't really affect me. It didn't affect me at all, actually. I had the same graduation date, so. I say I was ready to go to boot camp, so I was ready to go to boot camp bad, so I wasn't really missing home. I wasn't thinking about, I'm not gonna lie, because it wasn't really nothing at home for me, so it wasn't really nothing to miss.
Receiving letters from my family, reading my Bible, and those phone calls. Always looking forward to those phone calls. Don't get complacent. My lead RDC, he would always say, in this time in your career is going to be where you are working and you're doing stuff constantly, and that's because we're always breathing down your neck telling you to do stuff. But once you get your command, it's going to get easy to just kind of slack off and sleep in and not shave and wear uniform improperly. He said, don't get complacent, because that's how people die, that's how people get fired. It's not good when people get complacent. My buddy Oscar Silverson, he's my best friend for the program. We talked about everything. Both from Texas, both homeschooled, and so it was fun to be with someone like that who was so close to how I lived life before military.
Aldana, because she was like this little short girl, and like she was so funny. I have never met someone that funny. I like to consider myself kind of funny. She is so funny. Bro would have me busting out. Like she would make me laugh so hard I would dead ass like fart. Like it was just so funny. She was so funny. Like just thinking about her. Okay.
For me, I had two. It was my boy Rene Hernandez, one of my guys, and then Ola Lucy, Lakon Ola Lucy, the one recording actually. They were like my two closest friends. What? They were like my two closest friends in boot camp, and like I just talked to them every night. Like if we ever had something to discuss, like they really just helped me through everything. Like all the hard times and my best moments, they were right there. So like, they were like my best friends.
And Baez. Shout out to Baez because they won.
The person in my division that helped me the most, can't say it was just one, you know? It was multiple people that got me by. Wow. I mean, looking back on it, you know, I can't just put that responsibility on one person. It was multiple people. You know, I was really getting a collaborative help from everybody. I needed help from everybody. You know, being one of the division leads. Our RPOC was obviously very helpful. You know, for being so young too, she had a good head on her shoulders, guided us in the proper direction. I'm looking back on it, you know. Can I say names? Can I say Sal? Zal. He really helped me out with studying and whatnot, getting through my test. Of course, Shane, another one, shout out. Yeah, they were individuals that really had a good head on their shoulders. And, I like to think everyone we meet, we take the best kind of versions of themselves and make it our own. So it's an honor to have a bit of the personality in my own now, So, but yeah, it's multiple people. Can't just be one.
Help me. It's hard. Like, I got 3 people, including Ola Lucy. Ola Lucy and Edwards. Ola Lucy and Edwards helped me spiritually. They showed me the path again to God, to believe in God, to have faith in God. When you're going through hardships, just surrender yourselves to Him, and He will give you strength. On the emotional side, Fisher became my best friend ever since boot camp. I gave him the RPOC. So I was thankful for him because he was there for me. It mattered the most. Yeah.
Man, I got a few people. First of all, in boot camp, sometimes in life, as much as you don't want to be a friendly individual or a friendly person, I think I came out of boot camp with some real strong relationships and friendships. Well, the relationships are the friendships. Duh. Anyway, it's I have a few people to call out. So, Ankar, she been there from the start. I mean, in the beginning, it may not be good. It may be rocky, but eventually, as you get to know people and know their situations, you realize that sometimes you and that person might have a lot in common. And we just built that bond to the point where it's now we're sisters. And even though we may not be together all the time, but it's a fact I can still call up on her. She can call up on me. I can be like, oh, I need some assistance with this. Even the producer of this film, Mr. Olalusi, has been a big brother to me all through boot camp. I remember there would be times where I would need a word of encouragement and remember my purpose and stuff like that. And I'm happy that I had those people really in my side and in my corner, because if I didn't, it could have been so much different. Instead of me telling myself I don't care, I had people let me know that you should care, and there is a reason for you to care. So yeah, even Donna Well, these are all people with such great personalities. Zal, people from my division, we have so much in common. It's just a lot. It's a lot of people. But listen, even Puckett, she know, everybody. But listen, I don't even gotta say everybody's name. Y'all know.
The one person in boot camp in my division that helped me the most, oh my gosh, probably you. Yeah, I went to you with all my problems, Well, that's just how big your impact is. You can't go back and change the past. If I had to say anybody else, it would probably be maybe Ramirez. Remember the little Latina one? We were in the High Line. She stood in front of me, She was my emotional rock, honestly. And she was younger than me. So it kind of felt kind of silly, going to somebody younger than me to restabilize me emotionally. But she was always there. She listened to me all the time. She gave me such good advice. She would say things and give me perspective that without her, I would have never considered, So I'm definitely so grateful for her. I miss her so bad.
I say the one person that helped me the most, because I feel like mental is the most powerful factor to get through those kind of environments. So mentally, who helped me the most was my guy Alalusi. He helped me keep my mind level during the boot camp situation in my first division before I got ass mode. Other than that, it was pretty easy.
Honestly, let me think. I would say we came together, I know everybody says this, we really came together for battle stations. There were people in my team who, people had beef, people were not the biggest fans of each other. There were people in my team that I didn't like them, they didn't like me. We had problems previously throughout the training, but when we were at battle stations, none of that was considered, none of that. All of that was thrown out the window for battle stations. People that I would have never spoken to, because we don't like each other, I don't want to associate with you. We were helping each other put on our SCBAs, helping each other adjust our masks and our helmets. That was kind of surreal. People that I thought would have never even spoken in my direction because of what had happened previously. They're helping me adjust the straps and everything. That was interesting.
Honestly, my division ain't never came together as a team. I can't even lie. I'm not gonna sit here in this camera and lie to y'all. Sometimes you gotta put the pride aside. The division might not have came together as a team, but in groups, the division in groups, sometimes if you were to put divide the division into groups, you'd have teamwork. But the division on a whole, yeah, nah, that's a no-no. Sometimes you just gotta let it be. It is what it is.
The DC Olympics, we definitely came through as a team, but ours was really political, so that's why we did not that's why I did not win, but we definitely came through. We actually we won all the challenges. We won all of them, but there were reasons why we didn't. Mostly because we had an integrated special warfare and female division, so it was really confusing for us. But we pulled through. We did really, really well. Our scores just didn't count.
I honestly can't.
Yeah, we weren't the best at that, but I feel
like we would try, we would have talks, and then it would just go back to the way it was a few minutes later. So we never really worked as a team. There was always a few stragglers, a group of people who just didn't care, didn't want to be there. It was kind of hard to work with a team if you have a group of people just not wanting to follow the program.
Maybe most of it, there was maybe 1 or 2 times where most of the division would lock in, but there would be stragglers.
Battle stations, I was hyped because the moment before battle stations, it was you will graduate if you pass the battle stations. You will become part of the Navy. You will become a sailor once you pass battle stations. I was hyped.
Am I allowed to answer this question honestly? Okay, first of all, battle stations was, I had fun in the beginning of battle stations, like leaving the compartment, going down to the grinder, all the excitement, then getting to battle stations. It's like, it was good at first, but then the experience of like being on the ship for the first time and knowing that, okay, this is gonna be your life for like the next couple years, good to go. But also, it was times where it's like, you know, you feel like, I felt like it should have been more of a challenge, because to me, some of that, it wasn't really a challenge. It was like just kiddie stuff. I'm not going to disclose what it was, but I feel like some of it was just kiddie stuff. And I feel like if you're really trying to build sailors and mold sailors, then at least make shit a bit difficult, for real. Just saying. Just saying.
I just, I guess I didn't know what to expect, you know. Fully know what to expect, but I felt obviously nervous a little bit. I felt confident because I knew I had a good team behind me, good division. You know, everyone had the proper training to go through different elements of you know, danger, if you want to put it that way. And I was just in a mindset of locking in more than anything. I was trying to lock into a be ready for anything kind of thing. And then heading to battle stations, that was just exhilarating. You know, our division pump each other up, cadences. You know, it was really it was exhilarating overall, all in all.
I was feeling nervous and really excited. The anticipation, you know, this is like what the entirety of boot camp was leading up to. This is like the summit of it all. And I was worried about failing. I hate failing. Failure is not even in my vocabulary. So I felt really determined to make it work by any means necessary. I have to pass. I was crying. I could not help it. I was so emotional in that moment. Boot camp was so emotionally taxing. It was very much a mental challenge, the entirety of boot camp. And I really felt sort of relieved. I felt like a weight was taken off my shoulders and then immediately placed back on, because I knew, like, oh, now I'm not a recruit anymore. Now I'm actually a real bona fide sailor. And now, like, this is not the end. This is like the very beginning of my Navy career. So that obviously comes a lot of like expectations and responsibilities. So I did kind of feel a little bit daunted in that moment about what was gonna come next after this. But I was so elated. I was so happy. Like, honestly, like, whenever they were giving the whole speech, I wasn't even listening, honestly. I didn't hear a word that man said, because I was just like too preoccupied with just reflecting on everything that had happened over the last 9 weeks. I was so happy though, and so excited.
What went through my mind was relief, was gratitude. I was very grateful to make it through that boot camp experience. As tired as I was also trying to stay awake, because it was somebody, it was somebody like directly to the right of me that fell because they fell asleep standing up. So it was kind of funny, but we couldn't laugh, we couldn't do nothing. So.
Oh man, what a feeling! I was I was tired. I was tired. I remember feeling super tired. That was definitely one of the top feelings. But the tiredness got overshadowed by just the feeling of being proud, you know. It's, I don't know, like a little emotional. I think I teared up even for a little bit there. I just remember them, there's a version of the Star Spangled Banner they played too, and that kind of got me, you know. But you know, you earned to wear that Navy ball cap, you know. It was really a feeling of great gratification, and yeah, there's only so many feelings that can top that, you know. That's definitely a core memory now, you know.
I think that's the most American I've felt in my entire life. They gave me that hat. I got to shake my RDC's hand, right? It was a great feeling.
Not gonna lie, I was with my brother. We both graduated at the same time. I see him on my right side. I see him put his ball cap. I put my ball cap. I was crying. Not like bawling crying, but I was crying inside.
I cried. I cried like a baby. My chief, he looked at me. He walked up to me and he shook my hand and he gave me my cap, and I started crying because I was like, damn, I really just did something for myself, and I really sacrificed so much for this. And then this lady, like, the last thing we did in battle stations, I was like, I had to step up and be team lead because nobody knew what we was doing for real. And this lady, she was like, I know you ain't crying, you was just acting all tough, because people don't really see that side of me for real, but I was just genuinely emotional because I felt like I did that shit. Like, I did that for me, and I'm here now, so.
I low-key thought, this is chop. Like, the orientation, no hate, but like, the orientation was like why were we just like outside in rinks like that? Like, right outside the boat. And then our chief, he didn't even care. Like, I saw the other chiefs, they were like shaking the hand, handing the hat. Our chief was just like, he's like, battle stations ain't even that hard. Like, don't think you're special.
I think it kind of like getting the hat and like changing hats isn't what like made it kind of special for me. I think it was like our RDCs actually like treating us as like actual people for once, because like he actually shook my hand, like they both shook my hand. It was kind of like, dude, never thought like that would happen.
A very funny story. Oh, that's a hard one because low-key a lot of shit happened. I will say when we were doing PI1, Miller farted during PI1. I don't know if y'all were there. I don't know if we were integrated yet. Maybe not. But Miller farted during PI1. Sorry, Miller. And I had to use every iota of military bearing that I had to not like bust out laughing. But I definitely hit like a hard swallow, trying not to laugh. It was really hard. You see everybody like clenching their jaws, like clenching their fists, trying not to like laugh. And it was loud too. Oh my gosh. That was so funny.
Funny story from boot camp. My third RDC was she was trying to be a good RDC, right? Good honor, right? But she had us signature and sign our Navy ball caps instead of our recruit ball caps. And so whenever they distributed out the Navy ball caps, one of the, what are they called? The guys who are above the RDCs, I don't remember what they're called. But they're like, why did you guys sign your hats? So our division got beat by the I guess more important RDCs because we had our hats signed and we just watched her kind of sit there like, that was my bad. Work on that mental toughness, run every day as much as you can, as far as you can, as fast as you can, and sit-ups, because a lot of people failed sit-ups in my division.
Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Have faith in God. Pray to God. And ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Be afraid of making mistakes, but don't be afraid to ask questions. Because if you don't know something, don't do it. Don't do it because you will make mistakes. You will make mistakes and they will punish you for making that mistake. So ask questions.
I say, I say you gotta be mentally strong. Everything happens for a reason. You're there for a reason. You're supposed to be there. Just don't give up. It's gonna be hard to be in the environment that you're in, dealing with the other shipmates that don't take it as serious as you do, that don't want it as bad as you. On top of that, they're gonna be RDCs yelling at you. You know, depending on which RDC you have, some are cool, some are, I don't agree with how they do things. But it's a fast-paced environment, and just stay focused.
I would say it's 90% mental, 10% physical, honestly. The physical side of it is cake. It is so easy. You don't even need to be some kind of super athletic person to pass any of the physical tests or challenges in boot camp. But you have to keep your mental and emotional focus so sharp. The environment is stressful on purpose. And I feel like I saw people who I thought were very mentally strong crack under the pressure of boot camp. So I would say, get your mindset right, and you'll probably have a very good boot camp experience. I went to Great Lakes as a civilian, and I think I came out a much better version of myself, much more polished, which I think is definitely the overarching goal, to make you into a good sailor. But also, I just feel like I got more out of it than that. I do think I came out a better person than I went in as. The environment and its challenges, and just living with so many strangers, I learned so many valuable lessons. I got so much experience dealing with things that I would have never dealt with before. And for that, I'm so grateful. And I think that, honestly, anybody can do it if you have the right mindset and, just have the spirit for it. I definitely think that anybody could do it. You put your mind to it, and you work hard enough, and just keep yourself, up here. Just keep yourself level-headed. Boot camp will be so easy. And honestly, I love the Navy. I'm so grateful for the opportunity and the experience. I'm so very satisfied with my decisions that have led me up to this moment. I don't regret anything, honestly, any of the decisions that I made, because, you know, they led me to this point. So I would say if anybody's thinking about enlisting, they definitely should. I would never discourage anybody from enlisting in the Navy.
I went to Great Lakes as a teenager, kid, and I left as a man in the United States Navy.
I just want to say that before, during, and after boot camp, do the right thing. Believe in yourself, do the right thing, and please ask for help if you need help. Don't break yourself. And don't be too hard on yourself if you make mistakes, because we learn from mistakes, and that will help you. That will help you in developing yourself, improving yourself. Yeah. Be thirsty for knowledge. Like I said, believe in yourself. Don't doubt yourself. And I know you will push through. And I think that's it. I came to Great Lakes as a civilian. Now, I'm a sailor.
Before going to Great Lakes, I was thinking of myself more as an individual, but joining the Navy made me realize I don't have to think like that no more. I went to Great Lakes a civilian with that kind of mindset, and I graduated as a sailor.
Hey, bro. Just follow instructions. It's not that deep. And don't be getting up 5 minutes before tow line. I did that shit because I could. Don't do that. If you're not that slick, don't do that. Ooh. Hey, y'all. I left Great Lakes. No, I went to Great Lakes as a civilian, and I left as a sailor. But right now, I'm currently a civilian again.
I used to think of myself as a person experiencing life. I realize now that I am life experiencing person, you know? So experience everything you can, you know? Love as much as you can. Be thankful for everything. It's really a beautiful journey. Not just this military, but like this life. So like, really take it and grasp as much as you can, without hurting anybody, of course, but like, damn, it's a good life. I went to Great Lakes as a civilian, and I came out a sailor. Booyah.
I went to Great Lakes as a civilian and left a sailor. Booyah.